Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jaden. I'm a 19-year-old college student at UNC Chapel Hill, and I am currently in kidney failure and I have Crohn's disease. This video I'm just going to be talking about college life. I just finished my second full semester because spring semester, freshman year, I was in the hospital, so wasn't there. But I just finished my second full semester, so sophomore year of fall semester. So just want to talk a little bit about college. So I have only been to UNC Chapel Hill. I mean, I took some college classes when I was in high school, but it wasn't really the college experience. So I can only speak for Carolina because I'm a Tar Heel. The food there is not good. I don't think food at any college is good, but I feel like Carolina is, it could be on the scale of best to worst. I don't even think it's mid. It's probably close to worst. But that's just, I don't know. I'm a very picky eater, and some of the foods they have, I don't even think it's edible, but that's just my opinion. Yeah, the food is just, there's some things that are good. Like they have a Subway, which I go to all the time, Chick-fil-A. The majority of the food that I ate was in my dorm. Normally I either ordered food or I had Hot Pockets or pizza rolls because those are my favorite, or corn dogs. I love a good corn dog. And it was frozen, so it wasn't good for you, and it's probably not good for my Crohn's either, but you know, you do what you can, you know, it is what it is, right? So the food at Chapel Hill, I would give, from a scale of 1 to 10, I'll give it a 4, a solid 4. So last year I lived in McClinton, which is a hall style, and that was the most disgusting bathroom I have ever seen in my entire life. Like, every time I went in there, I wanted to gag. It was to the point where I brushed my teeth in my room with a bottle of water because I could not go in the bathroom because something about me is I cannot do dirty. It gives me extreme anxiety. Like, if I'm at a restaurant and there's like crumbs on the table and they ask us to sit down, I'm like, Dad, I don't want to be here. Like, can we leave? Because like I don't care how good the food is, I am disgusted if it's dirty or if it's even got a little crumb. And like that bathroom, oh, I would almost cry every time I went in there. Yeah, disgusting. So this year I live in also my dorm, Morrison, which is suite style. Bathroom is clean. Well, the hall style bathroom was clean too. There was just so many people in it that it didn't really matter when it was clean. It was still dirty. Hair clogged the hair was clogging up the showers. Like, you would go in there and be okay, yeah, no. Okay, this year I live in a suite style, and the bathrooms are clean. It's not as dirty. However, one of my suite mates has put a note on the bathroom telling you not to lock the door, and if you got to be in there longer than 5 to 10 minutes, then go downstairs. I'm not the type of person that's, first of all, going to listen to what anybody says. First of all, what I do in the bathroom is my problem, not yours. So if you got to go to the bathroom, you go downstairs if you got to go that bad. Don't tell me that I can't be in the bathroom. 1, I ain't listening to you because you ain't the boss of me. 2, I have a chronic condition, and literally in my doctor's note, they are like, every time she needs to go to the bathroom, you got to let her because she may, go on herself. That's one of the symptoms of Crohn's. Never done that before, thank God. But like, it's also like, I don't even tell people if I gotta go to get out of the bathroom, don't lock the door. So I know you're not about to tell me if I gotta be in the bathroom, there's a reason for it. And you're not about to tell me what to do in my time. Just saying. But I'm all about positivity on this channel. So food is 4. The dorms, they're okay. Like, my roommate's great. We have a great relationship. Suite mates, they're okay. I don't really talk to them. The dorm itself is fine. I know one time I got nauseous and threw up on the outside, like on the balcony, and it was there for like a week and a half. It was very disgusting. I did go downstairs and tell them that I didn't tell them I threw up. I said, there's throw up on the balcony. And they still didn't clean it up. So that's just college like for you. Somebody drew a penis on the sign as soon as you walked in. So like, there's very mature people there, and there's very immature people, and I feel like I'm in the middle. I'm not mature, I'm not super mature, and I'm not immature either. I'm just fun. I'm just perfect. I'm just in the perfect spot for that. Fun, right? But yeah, the dorms, they are okay. Actually, I don't really have many complaints about the dorms this year. Last year, I would have had a lot of complaints. So I give this year's dorm a 6, right? And then last year's dorm, I'll give you a 3. Okay. So now that I got that stuff out of the way, let's get to the fun. So let's talk about academic life. So this is just a recap of my experience. So last year, like I was saying, I wasn't there second semester, unfortunately. But first semester, I didn't make the dean's list, which woohoo! I studied constantly. I worked constantly. I stressed a little more than I should have. Yeah, that's what I did first semester of last year, and it was great and all because I did, like, my goal did happen. I did achieve my goal, and it was great. But also, it was a very stressful experience, and that's not how I want to live. If anything, last semester that I was in the hospital, last semester taught me that life is too short to be spending it stressing, and you have to live life to the fullest. So this semester, I decided to take a bit of what I learned from both semesters, studying, and then last semester not being able to study and just, living every day like it's my last, because you never know when it's your last. And I tried to put it towards fall semester, and I feel like I've done that pretty well. I don't think I stressed over schoolwork, which is great, but it's also, I do think I procrastinated a little more than I should have. But you know what it is? It is what it is. I still didn't stress over it because tomorrow's not promised, and I'll be honest with you. I thought when I went into college, I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to go into law school. I wanted to go into child advocacy law, work with children. And then I got sick in January, and I was like, oh, I really enjoy medicine. So maybe I want to go into medicine, which I never thought I would do because I was terrified of blood. I didn't like throw up, and I didn't like poop. And then when I had to deal with all that stuff for myself, I was like, okay, like I see my blood go in and out of my body every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at dialysis. So blood doesn't bother me anymore. Throw up, it's still a little nasty to me. And poop is still very hard. But I feel like I had an ileostomy bag, so I improved on that. But that's why I would want to be a doctor, not a nurse. But I thought, oh, yeah, I want to be a doctor. I want to go to medical school. So I was going to change I was going to add a double major, which I still may. Like, my major right now is human development. I still may add health policy and management because I really do. Like, I'm really passionate about health. And I'm also very passionate about health policy. Like, knowing how expensive things are now, how expensive my Stellara is without insurance. So people that do not have insurance cannot afford it. And Stellara seems to be the best medicine to help me improve my life, and I would love for everybody else to have the opportunity. So I'm very passionate about health policy. So I'm still may add a double major, but I still don't know if I want to go into medicine. So then I was like, I started as being assistant coach of my handball team. I watch basketball all the time. Basketball is my favorite sport. I will watch it 24/7 if I could. And I was like, oh my gosh, I want to coach basketball. Like, that's what I want to do. Like, that would be my dream job, to be the first female coach in the NBA. And I don't even have to be the first, not first female coach, because there's many female coaches, but like Becky Hammond. But I mean, she is not there anymore, but she was. I mean, first female head coach in the NBA. So I would want to be running the team. And I don't even have to be the first female head coach. If another woman comes before me, great. But I would love to be a female head coach in the NBA. And like, I was like, dang, I love coaching. Like, I would love to be able to spend the rest of my life doing that. So I added a coaching minor. Love it. So now I'm kind of in this place where I'm like, coaching is a hard job to get. But I enjoy it more than anything. But I also want to really help people. But I feel like if I have a platform, like Steve Kerr, one of my favorite coaches, not necessarily for basketball reasons. Like, I disagree with some of his coaching decisions a lot of time, but he uses his platform for the right reason. So at press conferences, he gets up there and he tells them how they feel and what's wrong, and yeah, and like he advocates for people like Brittany Griner and things like that. Like, I would love to be able to do that. I have a platform where I can help people too. And wherever I am, whatever I do, I will help people in some way. So now I'm like, oh, I want to be a coach. Well, I don't know. And if you would have told me this last year, I would have been very scared of where I am, because I thought I needed to have everything figured out. And people tell you, you're not going to, you don't know what you want to do, even though you think. And I'm like, yeah, dude, like, what are you talking about? I know what I want to do. Yeah, I was wrong. But last year I would have been very, I would have been a little disheartened because I didn't know, exactly what I wanted to do. This year, no, I'm like, I kind of like not knowing what I want to do, because, no, I don't. Let me not even lie. I don't like not knowing what I want to do. I know what I want to do, but I don't know how I'm going to bring that to, I don't know how I'm going to get through it and get to that point. But like, I do know, and my relationship with God has gotten so much better that, I have a God and I serve a God that is always with me and will get me through anything. So why would I sit here and stress about not knowing what I want to do with the rest of my life when God has a plan for me? And his plan was for me was before I was even me, before I was even thought of. He knew my plan. He knew my purpose. So I'm not going to sit here and stress and then about what my purpose is, what I'm supposed to do in life, when I can lean back on a God who would tell me when I'm ready. First of all, we got to remember that we're not always ready. But he would tell me when I'm ready for it, and I will be equipped with things that he wants me to be equipped with to be able to do it. And I'm not going to stress about not knowing what I want to do, or knowing what I want to do but not knowing how I'm going to do it, because I have a God to lean on, and I pray about it, and I just thank God that I'm here, because like I said, you got to live every day like it's your last, because tomorrow's not promised. So no, I'm not stressing over it. And that's how I thought about this whole year academically. I'm not stressing over this homework. Yeah, I'm going to do it, right? But I'm not going to sit here and cry over it. Oh, I don't know how to do this. Last year, I took an exam, right? It was a music exam. First of all, music has always been fairly easy for me. That class was not easy. That class was hard. And obviously, so I took an exam, and you had to create your own piece, and then it was so long. And I literally got done taking it, and I FaceTimed my dad and was crying. I'm like, gosh, I did so bad on this, blah, blah, blah. This year, I took my exams. I didn't shed a tear. I was like, oops, yeah, I don't know how that went. But, it is what it is. Because there are many things to cry about in life, and a test isn't one of them for me. And I know people do, like I did. And there's nothing wrong with it, as long as you know your worth. Oh. As long as you know your worth. Get a bad grade on something, it doesn't determine how good you are, how good of a person you are, how smart you are. No. You may just not be a good test taker. Don't let it determine your worth, right? Because, I'll put it in these terms. We are sinners. As people, we sin. I sin constantly. Not intentionally sometimes, but it just happens. We're not perfect. But God still loves us the same, right? So why would I get down on myself because I made a bad grade, knowing that, well, if God can forgive me for all this other stuff that I have done in my life, and I could still end up going to heaven and being in his arms and wrapped in his arms and seeing my family again, I can do all these things. Why can I not forgive myself if I tried my hardest, right, and still didn't do as well as I would have liked? Stop letting things like people, grades, like your social life, anything, your sports life, determine your worth. You are a great human being. You deserve love. And if anybody tells you differently, that's the relationship you need to bounce on out of, right? But, yeah, know your worth. And academics do not define who you are as a person. That's what I got from this whole thing. This whole semester, what I've learned, that academics do not define your worth as a person. Academic school at UNC is quite hard, but I don't stress over it anymore. I don't. Like, it is what it is at this point. And actually, I did pretty great this semester as well. So, like, you know, either way works. Like, last semester I was there, I stressed a lot. This one, I didn't really. It is what it is. I went with the flow, and I still did well in both these semesters. So, I mean, to each their own, but I recommend don't stress, right? I give academics at UNC, have some great professors. You also have some really bad professors. I had a race class last year, and the professor was white, which I didn't understand, but, you know, that's just my 2 cents. And it wasn't even that she was white, it was that she was not good, and she would use derogatory terms and be like, oh, my bad, I'm sorry, and not realize it and things like that. And I'm just like, no, it just rubbed me the wrong way. This semester I had some pretty good professors. I don't know if I had like any like great spectacular professors. I really can't remember at this particular moment. But I had some pretty good professors that I would take again. And there's also some professors that I would not take again because I just didn't like the class. So academic life at UNC is, I mean, it's pretty chill. I'll give it a 7. It's pretty chill. Nothing too like keep myself busy, because I do not like just sitting around, because that gives you a lot of time to think about life, and sometimes I just don't want to think about it. Like, sometimes, in all honesty, I do not want to think about what I'm going through. Like, there was like a day, this was before I went back to school, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna act like, I had a ileostomy bag still at this time, but I was like, I'm just gonna act like I'm not sick. Like, I'm gonna live life like I would have beforehand. Like, act like I'm not sick. I can eat what I want, I can drink what I want, I can do what I want. I don't have an ileostomy bag right now. And, like, I love that. I love being able to just not think about life and just live it, right? And not think about, oh, I gotta wake up at 5 a.m. the next morning to go to dialysis. Just live life. So, for me, on Monday and Wednesdays, I had handball. I did have my work study, which I worked with kids, and that was on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, and that was normally right after I got out of class. So like 1:30 to like I think it was 5:45. Yeah, 1:30 to 5:45. So that's when I finished my work study. That was fun. I love working with kids. Sometimes they do stress me out, and that's when I remember I'm not meant to be a teacher, because I do not have the patience for it. But I do love working with them for that short amount of time. So, and then on Monday and Wednesdays at 6 o'clock, 6:15, I had handball practice. So obviously I could not play right now. So I was helping coach, which was great. It was from 6 to 8, or 6:15 to 8. But I got there at 6 because I just walked from my work study. So that was great. It was fun. I met some great people there, and that will be friends for a lifetime. I love them. Tuesday, Thursdays, I have choir practice from 7 to 9, and I've met some great friends that I call family. Like, they are some of the greatest people that I have ever met, and they're always here for me. So outside of school, I make sure that when I'm there, I don't think about school. I don't think about assignments due, which maybe I should, but I don't think about, oh, I have to go to dialysis. Oh, like, I just have fun, right? And so handball has been great for that. Coaching handball has given me some great learning experiences, because that is what I want to do. So, like, it's great. Choir has given me so much, like, a group of people to worship with that look like me, or not even look like me, but like they believe the same things that I do, is amazing. And it's hard to find, it's hard to come by. And if I ever need to be prayed for, you know, obviously I can call my dad, my family, but also I can just send a message, a text one of them, or send a message in the group chat and be like, hey, I have a prayer request, blah blah blah, this is going on with me. At concert, actually, going up to concert, it was very stressful. Like, I didn't think we were prepared anyway, but concert turned out great. Look at God, right? But we were singing, and then the pastor at the church we were at did the altar call, and I just thought about all that I had been through that year, and I just started crying. And I mean, I've never been like that. Well, I've been like that a few times, but never really like I couldn't stop crying. It was a point where I was on the ground and I was like thanking God. And then all of a sudden, pretty much everybody in the choir stand started crying. And everybody in the choir that knew what I had been through had been crying. And that was like a great moment for me. Like, it sucks that everybody was crying and it sucks that I went through that. But like, that was like, oh my gosh, these people are really my family. And like, I love them so much and they love me. Like, one of the girls in the choir that actually came to visit me in the hospital a lot, Maya, she came over there and I mean, I was kind of in my feels and wasn't listening to anything, but she came across and was like praying for me and crying and then she was like thanking God that I was still alive. And it was just like, I was like, oh my gosh, these people are really my family. Like, this is what I've gained and I love it and I would not trade it for the world. So I do that. Also, I spend a lot of my time at sports events. Basketball games, I'll be there. Yeah, before the like semester ended, I was like at every basketball game. Loved it. Women's, men's. Like, I love watching basketball. I love being there. I love the atmosphere. I don't like standing up the entire time. Like, I don't know whose idea that was. That kind of sucks. Like, for me, I like to sit down. And I don't like you standing up in front of me, especially if you're on the front row. Like, you can see, like, you don't need to stand up. But anyway, don't like standing up the whole time, so I didn't half the time. But I do like sports events. However, something about Carolina is Carolina fans are rowdy and they get racist, and it really bugs the mess out of me. And I'm not the type of person that can just sit there and just like listen. Sometimes I probably shouldn't do it. I do need to work on controlling my emotions, but I turn around and I say something. I'm like, dude, what's wrong with you? Like, they get racist. Like, we played FAMU, which was the HBCU game, right? Which was great. Like, I enjoyed, first of all, FAMU's band is amazing. So I enjoyed that. But there were people yelling so many racist things. And first of all, I was sitting in the student section with my Carolina stuff on, cheering for FAMU. Because, like, I'm always going to cheer for my people. And it was, like, very frustrating because Carolina fans get extremely racist. And I'm just like, I'm like, what is wrong with y'all? Like, grow up. Like, for real. Like, first of all, do you not see me and my black friends in front of you? And you think you can just yell this stuff? At the FAMU game, somebody was like, they're sitting here playing for school lunches. Or, no, free lunches. Like, they can't pay for their own lunch. Like, things like that. Like, microaggressions get on my nerves. Like, that makes me not want to go to sports events games. I love it because I love the atmosphere of, like, and I love the team itself. I kind of like zone out and I love being with my friends, but everybody else I kind of try to ignore because it's ridiculous. Or like, we were at a basketball game and there was like an altercation and somebody was like, yeah, they always love to do that, talking about black people love to fight. Like, what? Like, oh, like, Carolina fans get on my nerves, not even gonna lie. Like, they are like some of the worst fans ever, and I don't like them, to be honest. I'm sorry to admit that. I'm sorry for any Carolina fans that are die-hard Carolina fans. Like, if you are a good person, I'm happy for you. But there are a lot of people that are not good people and that are cheering for Carolina. That I'm around a lot of people in the student section that are not, I wouldn't call them good people, right? Just the things they yell and just like rude. Like, I'm never gonna be rude to another team. First of all, I always say, you know, other college teams are the same age as us. Like, they're basically kids, you know. Obviously, they're adults because when you're in college, you're an adult. But they're basically kids. Like, stop yelling at them like they're not. Like, treat them like human beings. Just like when people ask to take pictures, which I've gotten pictures with them, I do. But like, if I see a big group of people crowding around the basketball players, I'm not gonna do that because like, they're human beings and they deserve respect. And if I ask for a picture, I always like have a conversation with them because they're human beings. I'm not just gonna ask you for a picture and then act like you're not a human. No. Lining up for sporting events, football is not that much, not the same, but like, lining up for sporting events like basketball games, you gotta get there early. If you don't need a ticket, people can be ruthless. They will knock you over. They would get mad if you even get in front of them, which I understand. Like, if I've been there 2 hours and then you come up and get in front of me, I'm gonna be pissed and I'm gonna say something. Just know that if you're going to go to a Carolina basketball game and you have a student ticket, get there early and be prepared to have to kind of squeeze yourself into a spot. Oh, another thing, they're rude sometimes. I got hit in the head at a basketball game at the end of the game, right? It's like a minute later. I was in a good mood, and then this girl elbowed me in the head. And I looked at my friend Aliana, and I was like, she just elbowed me. Didn't say nothing. And I was like, I'm aggravated. So, like, my mood instantly changed. I shouldn't have let it change my mood. But, I mean, that mess hurt. And you're not just about to elbow me in the head. And then she did it again right after I told her. And I turned back, and I was like, hey, like, you not see me? And the way she looked at me, like, why are you saying that? Like, I wasn't going to defend myself. That's how people are. That's how people are at Carolina. I'm just going to let you know, if you're a person of color, they expect you to move. Yeah, I don't do it no more. The person was trying to get me to move. My dad said, stop doing that. Like, stop moving over. Like, they have all that sidewalk they can move to. And I was like, thought about it. So now if you just want to walk through me, because I'm not moving off the sidewalk for you. Like, they expect you to move. All right, I don't know how I got on that, but let's move on to the last scene. So let's talk about the party life at UNC. To be honest, I'm not the best person to talk about it. I've been to a few, but this semester I didn't go to any because, you know, when I go to a party, I want to have as much fun as I possibly can, and I have bigger issues going on in life. And to be honest, I just prefer spending time with my friends over any party. Like, I don't really, party scenes are not my cup of tea. I don't really enjoy them. Like, I would much rather spend time with my friends, go do something with my friends, than go to a party. But also, I'm on dialysis, so at parties there's a lot of drinking, and my kidneys aren't capable of doing that right now. So we just avoid them. So I don't go to parties. And even last semester when I had good kidneys, I didn't go to parties. I may have went to 2, but I just prefer hanging out with my friends, and not in the party scene. Just not my cup of tea. Each to their own. I've heard that UNC has some great parties. I've also heard that they have some not so great parties, and people prefer to go to down the street to Central versus go to UNC parties. But that's just what I've heard. But yeah, that is a wrap up of really like college life and what I have experienced this semester and last semester and my college experience. It's been pretty good. I would rate it overall an 8. Like, I have met so many great people. I have learned so many life lessons that I never thought I would learn. And Carolina, I picked the last day that I possibly could because I did not know where I wanted to go. And Carolina, I didn't really want to go there. I don't even know why I picked it, but I didn't really want to go there. But I am glad that I have chosen it, not because of really anything that Carolina gives, but more of the people that I have met there and the communities that I have built and the lifelong friends that I have found and the family. Like, they're family now. So, like, Carolina has been great to me. And it kind of helped that the UNC hospital did their thing, and that there was good doctors. But yeah, Carolina is an interesting experience, especially if you're a person of color. But it's also, like, you'll find your people, and that's all you have to do. Find your people. And once you find your people, you have fun, right? So my favorite thing is I'm living my best life. Live life to the fullest, right? And that's what I do at UNC. So you do that. Whether you're in college, whether you are at a job, just live life to the fullest, and don't let anything determine your worth, right? You're a great person. You deserve love. You deserve happiness. So wherever you are in life, remember that and do things that make you happy and be around people who flourish you with love. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.